So we are still on the series of grounds for dissolution of marriage in Nigeria. Dissolution of marriage means divorce. And remember that the only ground for dissolution of marriage in Nigeria, as provided for in section 15 sub 1 of the Matrimonial Causes Act, is that the marriage has broken down irretrievably. The marriage has fallen down. Jakata. And then subsection 2 of section 15 goes ahead to list the facts that must be established before the court can conclude that, oh, this marriage has broken down. It doesn't mean that the petitioner must establish all of them. The petitioner can establish one or two or more or all of the facts. Is it possible to establish all the facts? That means that marriage is nothing again. And in our previous video, we looked at adultery as one of the grounds for divorce. If you did not see that video, please go and see it so you don't miss out. It's a very interesting series. And then in today's video, we will be looking at another fact, which is behavior of the respondent. Welcome to my channel. This is Law Talks and Gist. If you are seeing my face for the first time, thank you for tuning in. Please kindly click on the subscribe button, like, share, comment, and do not forget to turn on the notification bell so as to be notified each time I upload a new video. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you for always stopping by. Now let's dive into the video. So the court will conclude that the marriage has broken down irretrievably if, since the marriage, the respondent has behaved in a way that the petitioner cannot reasonably be expected to live with the respondent. So let's just assume that it is the husband that is bringing a petition for divorce. So this provision of the law is saying that the husband must prove that since the marriage, the wife has behaved in such a manner that he cannot reasonably be expected to live with. Now the question is, what kind of behavior do you think that the court will conclude that, oh, this behavior is enough to bring this marriage to an end? Is it just any kind of behavior? Is it just, you know that people can be very funny, especially when they are tired of the marriage? Maybe their unrealistic expectation in the marriage has not been met, you know, and they will just come to a conclusion that, oh, I cannot do again this behavior, that behavior. Do you think that any kind of behavior will suffice? So on the issue of behavior, that is a matter to be determined by the court. It is the court that will look at your complaint. It is the court that will look at the behavior that you're complaining of and say, oh, this behavior, yes, the petitioner cannot reasonably be expected to live with this person. Apart from the petitioner, any human being may not really be able to cope with this kind of behavior. So it's not just any little thing, frivolous, you know, you just jump to the court and say, oh, my husband, my wife is behaving like this, or my husband is behaving like that. So now let us look at some of the behaviors that the court may likely conclude that this behavior is enough to bring this marriage to an end. Number one, domestic violence. Yes, that's dangerous. It's not easy to live with a violent person. So if a wife brings a petition before the court that the husband is violent, that would be a reasonable fact to bring that marriage to an end. Number two, excessive drinking of intoxicating liquor. Every time you are drinking, you don't even have time for yourself. You don't have time for your family. You are drinking, always disgracing your wife. Always, you are not always in the right frame of mind. You're always drinking. So if you're a man drinking and your wife brings this kind of petition before the court, it is enough fact Number 3, inordinate sexual relationship with women of questionable character. This is also enough reason. And then the use of insulting and annoying words on your partner and his or her family. It depends on the kind of words, you know, very, very insulting, very, very annoying words. That is also enough fact. Gambling, it's part of it. Who would enjoy marrying a gambler? There is no money again. Yeah, gambling. There's not gonna be money in the house for anything. You are a chronic gambler. This is also enough facts. The practice of black charms, juju, talisman, you know, in the matrimonial home. If you are a man and practicing this, then your wife brings this kind of petition before the court. Or if you're a woman practicing it and your husband brings this kind of petition before the court, this is enough fact to bring your marriage to an end. Why are you practicing juju? You want to buy somebody? Frequent convictions and imprisonment. You know what this does to someone's reputation. It's not going to only damage your own reputation, it is going to damage the reputation of your spouse. So this is also enough fact to bring a marriage to an end. And then habitual and willful failure to support your family. Always leaving your family without support. Like, that's not fair. If your wife brings that kind of petition, that marriage is gone. The list is endless. But use these ones now that I mentioned to understand what is meant, right? When we say behavior in a way that the petitioner cannot reasonably be expected to live with. These are things that would be very difficult for someone to live with. Like I said before, the list is endless and we still have other facts to talk about. But for now, we're going to stop here. Thank you so much for watching. See you in our next video.